Hello.
Hello, hello. Oh my gosh, I'm slow tonight.
How's it going?
Look at those shades. What is happening? That's awesome.
I came for a party.
Yeah, I know. Hopefully, we get some more people in here tonight. It's going to be a party. We're just
Yeah.
hanging out. Hello to Alien Boys. Hello, hello. Yeah, how has your day been, Nick?
Uh, Pretty busy. Just meeting after meeting after meeting. You know what? Let me tweet out this stream here because I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
let's do
So
it.
give me a moment. And meanwhile, why don't you tell me about your day?
Today was good. Work as always, which I feel like is good and exciting, really excited. I mean, I just keep on like thinking more and more about the Dream Forever project, for example, and I'm so excited to just kick that off even more. So yeah, it's been awesome. And then I needed to come down to Salt Lake today. So I'm actually in my apartment in Salt Lake right now. I've
Wait,
been in,
Salt Lake City. No, Salt Lake is different from Salt Lake City. I take it.
no, it's the same.
It's the same. Okay.
Yeah, Salt Lake City, Utah. Hello, hello. Um, so yes, that was my whole day, and I think it was in the 70s in Idaho. Like it's been really hot this week. The other day it was 90 degrees, and then I come down to Salt Lake and it's raining. So it was kind of a nice change, but I'm also like still on the fence about accepting fall just yet. I really love the summer. So that's been a conundrum in my life. But yeah,
Yeah, I like the summers when it's not like baking, crazy hot. Uh,
yeah,
so this was not that summer. So
yeah.
and
How was it actually in California?
it was crazy. Give me 1 second. I need to finish this tweet. I can't tweet and think at the same time. I mean, talk at the same time. I don't know why, but I need to.
Are you starting a Twitter space as well?
Oh, I should do that, right? Okay, hang
Yeah.
on.
Okay, yeah, no worries. I thought
Uh,
if you're in the house today, comment where you're joining us from. Would love to know and get to know your faces. I already am familiar with the faces of the people in the house, but I don't know where you guys are from. So let me know. And yeah, maybe we'll get some more people in here today. I'm gonna invite the team again, the ambassadors, so it'll be fun. And yeah, this space, I feel like the time people just have not been available at this time. So it is what it is. It's a DAO, you live and learn.
yep. Uh, I'm sorry. I'm not composing an elaborate message. I'm just trying to get things accurate.
No problem. So
So
yeah,
what? You flew down, right?
no, I drove
How long was the drive?
5 hours.
Oh my God!
It's a really long drive.
Wow.
Don't you leave tomorrow?
No, I leave
No,
on Sunday.
on Sunday. Yeah, that makes sense actually, because you're spending the weekend with your family.
Okay, and I got that
3 a.m. from
done.
Nigeria. Oh my goodness.
And
Welcome. Those are DGen hours, you guys. That's and also from Nigeria. Hello, hello. You guys are hardcore. That's exciting. I remember when I was like hardcore DGen and I would stay up all night in Twitter spaces and make the most crazy connections. Like one time I met a mayor here in the US of the city of Reno, I think it was. And she's like still like just fighting for like NFTs to be more accepted into like the arts and culture funding for cities. So yeah, maybe we can get her on board someday. But you never know who you're meeting at 3 a.m. in a Twitter space.
yeah,
Also, I have to point out that your hat, Nick, is super important. Nothing is real. So true. Everything is real. No way. That's the duality of life. Stay decent. Hold on, I can't read it.
Yeah, stay decent.
Stay decent. Okay.
That's decentology.com.
Eddie is wondering if you're in Hawaii.
Uh, who's wondering? Oh, uh,
Eddie.
let's bring Eddie. I'm gonna shoot you the stream link if you want to come on. Can you come on?
Let's bring Eddie on. He's always a good time.
Yeah. So
Thanks for
uh,
joining us. The other day, I messaged Eddie. I was like, I think he
Eddie and Eddie
asked.
together. Let's not bring Maheen here. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but that would be chaos.
We do not need to do that right now. But the other day, I think Eddie asked me something, and then I was like, "Oh, like what do you do for work?" And Eddie replied, I'm a dreamer." And I was like, "That's right." So
Yay!
he's
There we
like,
go.
"I'm an artist, don't you know?" And I was like, so yeah, he called me out. It was awesome.
Yeah, those of you who are joining us on Twitter here, this is actually I'm simulcasting, simul streaming, I guess. We are actually on YouTube at that link that's in the title, nifty.io/dreamteam. So it's Addy and I. I'm wearing my nice Ape Fest hat and my cool shades. And Addy is here chilling in Salt Lake. And we are about to bring on Eddie Lee here also. And I think we should just talk to him about sunflowers for a little bit.
That would be awesome. Let's do it.
Yeah. And I can also talk a little bit about all my preparations that I've made for Dubai.
I was gonna ask you that. That's why I was excited to find out exactly what day you're leaving again and hear what the
Yeah.
plans are.
So I get picked up at about in the afternoon on Sunday, and generally what it means that at approximately 1 hour before pickup I will be scrambling to figure out where my suitcase is so I can start my packing. So that is my preparation,
You
guys.
pack 1 hour before.
1 hour, maybe 2 hours. Okay, two
You have to
hours
even
like
pick
before the pickup, which means I have to be at the airport 3 hours prior, right? So yeah, so that's I just throw everything in a suitcase and go hit the
but,
airport.
but the question is how much of that packing time is you just deciding what hats you want to bring?
Yes, that's a great question.
We have to get to know how many hats you
You know,
bring.
one thing I've learned about traveling after traveling quite a bit
Hmm.
is you always think that you're going to have all this extra time, or
Yep.
even on a vacation, all that, and you pack. Oh yeah, this book I've never touched for years, or oh this thing I'll do this also. You do all that, and then you bring it all right back the way it was. So I've become smarter now. I have all the things that I took on previous trips that I did not use in one corner that are just sitting there still that way, and I know not to touch them because it's not gonna be any use. So I pack pretty light, and yeah, I have a nice little they call them cubes. I don't know if you're familiar with them. They're like packing cubes. So they're like these zippered things. I like
Yeah.
to pack my suitcase in cubes because then you don't, it's like boom, you pick it up and you throw it in the dresser and you're done. um so I have a large one just for hats. Like I just stack it all up and go. And
You know what that
I have
makes me think of? It makes me think of like in the 17 or 1800s when they would have like a hat box.
yeah, there you
And
go. That's funny.
but it
uh
was women. It was
so
women that
I actually just ordered a whole range of colored hats because I'm getting bored with the ones I have. So I'm like gonna trash a whole bunch of them because I'm thinking that logoed hats, the time has passed now for me. I don't want to wear brands anymore more.
you're
Having said
older,
that,
you're older now. You're older and wiser.
something like that. Yeah, more importantly, it's like people just assume that because I'm wearing a brand that I care about that brand. Like for example, I went to Barcelona and the hat was yellow. It was nice for the Barca football team there. I wear it and everyone's cheering me every time, like woohoo, go. I'm like, I've never watched a game in my life. I don't even know anything about the team. I didn't even know it was a team. It was just a nice yellow hat, you know. So I get into
Shop
that
by color.
situation all the time, and I'm like, nah, we gotta like avoid it.
Yeah, Nick, it's like you shop by color, which I feel like is
color
Mm,
is very important for me.
yeah, I can see that. Oh, did you hear that? It's like thunder outside.
There is thunder outside.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh,
just heard it.
is that lightning?
It's like thunder and lightning. Yeah,
Oh my god.
I know.
Right.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So,
Um,
so the thing about shopping by color is that there, like, the fashion industry is not kind to men. The colors are really boring. I'm like, I go looking and I spend a few hours on things and I'm like, come on, show me something interesting and colorful, and
you're not wrong.
flamboyant flamboyant but cool, and
Hmm.
there isn't that much. So yeah, for
I
those of you, there's a bunch of people on Twitter Space here. I just want to let them know we are on the YouTube stream. We are listening to the audio of the YouTube stream. If you want to watch us, you can join the link niftyd.io/dreamteam that's there, and come and comment and talk to us. So
yeah, come talk to us.
yeah, did you share the link with Eddie?
Oh, I thought you were going to.
Oh, sorry, I'm not good at
Oh
multitasking.
my
So
gosh, Eddie, I'm so sorry. Okay, let's do
Eddie, it's
this.
very easy. You're on your phone, you just go to the link and you turn
Mhm.
on your video, you turn on your audio. But first, put on your makeup, wear your best hat if you have one.
Tuxedo.
And yeah, if you want to go for the scruffy look, that's also fine. We welcome all looks here. Today, my look is I'm going for chic today, very chic.
You're going for chic. Okay,
Yes.
that made my day.
So yeah,
I'm going for comfort for sure.
you're going for what?
Comfort,
Comfort. Okay, yeah.
just chilling. Okay, Eddie, I sent you the link, so I'll bring you up as well. But yeah, if you guys are listening from Twitter, let me see how many people are listening in Twitter. Come and join us in
There are
YouTube.
12 friendly people. Oh no, there's 11 friendly people on
Yay.
Twitter, and I hope they will come on YouTube and chat with us. Uh, we have some friends from Nigeria. We have who else here? I see some of my good friends from Iran. Um, so I got some more updates today on that situation.
Oh, awesome.
It appears it is intensifying, but because of the strict controls on the internet, it's hard for people to get the information out. And secondly, they have been really brutalizing the people who have done that, and so people are a little afraid now. And this is dictatorship at its finest, right? Like, not finest in the worst sense possible, but that's what they do. Like, they choke off the communications and make it really hard for people. So yeah, that's what's going on. But
Wow. I was even when we were in spaces the last couple days and I would hear these brave Iranian people come up, I was like, I look up to these people. These people are genuinely my heroes.
absolutely, it takes a lot of guts to know that what you're doing is being monitored by someone, and you could be, not only you but your family
Yes.
and friends could be retaliated against. So that is just terrible. I see a hand raised there. So this is not like Twitter Space, Kosara. You just ask your question. We can bring you on here, so just please ask your question and we'll answer it. Hey, cool! I see Eddie joining us. Woohoo! Bam, bam, bam. There we go. Rock and roll.
um,
All right. How's it going, my friend?
It's going okay. I was trying to multitask and that wasn't working too well.
Yeah. Well,
it's so crazy to see your face while you're talking. Like I'm so used to you hearing in Twitter spaces only.
yeah. What I want to do is take a screenshot of this, but my problem is that my glasses are again polarized, so I can't see Jack right now. But I'm trying.
Like,
blindly, blindly trying to take a screenshot.
you're showing your age now.
it's these oh well, what's going on here? Okay. All right, here we go.
It was funny, Nick, when you was trying to read the chat, you had to like lean in really close with those polarized
Yeah,
glasses on.
I'm gonna remove the glasses because I'm done with them. I can't see stuff. Like I have to tilt my head to one side. I have to tilt my head to one side for the polarity to be different because they're designed to block all light.
Nick, I'm not used to seeing your eyes. This is crazy.
What do you mean you're
Everybody,
not used to seeing my eyes? We're on Zooms all the time.
I think it's just because I look at the when I make like the social media posts and stuff. I'm so used to looking at the picture of you with your sunglasses on
That's true.
that I'm just like, this is Nick. Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Everyone, ladies and gentlemen, Nick's actual face. Yay. So funny. Yeah, I noticed like a second ago. So it's like thunder and lightning outside. So my window right here, you might see like lightning actually. It happened just a few seconds ago. Crazy. But yeah, how is it with you, Eddie? How are you doing tonight? And what's up?
I'm doing okay. I had to tell Malachi. I said, "Hey, I'm going live on a space. Can you like not be so loud?" Because he's on his headset with his PlayStation playing video games. I'm like, he gets kind of loud sometimes, but things are going okay with me. How's everything going with you guys?
I'm having my 17th chai of the day or something like that. I don't know.
Is that chai tea? Tea, Nick? Is that chai tea?
Eddie, until now we were friends. You're no longer in the friend circle. You're in the acquaintance circle now. Sorry.
Oh man, does that mean I have to Uber with a Prius?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh, you know what? You just reminded me that we said we were going to do like a tour and streams and things like that. Man, I wanted to go drive around and do this. I'll do it.
Oh, it would be like that one show where they like tell jokes and play karaoke and stuff. I have to plug in my computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing is, live streaming like that is problematic because of the Wi-Fi signal. So recording is fine, but
Okay.
live streaming is a big problem.
I was gonna say, Nick, you couldn't make it to go pick up the kids and stay in the Twitter space, so I don't know how you're gonna live stream and drive around.
Well, the reason I don't have the kids on the Twitter space is because there's language, and then I have to sit, like they're high school, they have heard everything, etc. That's not it, but it's also like they see the business persona of me and the home persona of me are two totally polar opposite, different people, completely. So they'll be like, "Who's this guy here in the car?" Like, let me out.
Is that like a good thing, hopefully?
I don't know. I'm just very different in person. Like at home, I'm super different. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't.
Yes, comments here. Sorry, I had to reply to that. Yes, we're reading the comments. Ask us questions and comment about Nick if you want. So yeah.
Please say nice. Please say nice things.
Say nice things. He's had a long day. It's the end of the day for him.
I forgot to turn my lights on. Now, well, I forgot to turn some lights on. So I got this one light here. You can see the reflection of it back here. So this they should just advertise this as retina searing light because you turn it on and your retinas like get seared. Thank you for complimenting my hat. I got it at Ape Fest. It is a badass Bored Ape hat, and I really like that it says nothing is real because nothing is real. But then again, you have to consider that maybe everything is real. I don't know, So someone said, yeah, it says looks like my camera was unplugged. What the heck was that all about? Click the camera.
No, yeah, you just went off of.
Yeah, why is that?
Yeah, you need. I don't know. It just randomly happened. Oh, hold on. Add to stream.
No,
okay, I added you back to stream. Okay. Anyway, hello. I'm just chilling tonight. I was telling Nick a little bit ago, I had to drive down from Idaho to Utah today. So I spent a few hours in the car, and now I'm back in my apartment in Salt Lake drinking some matcha. So all in all, a good day, just busy. What did you get up to, Eddie?
I got up to a whole bunch of just hanging out in Twitter Spaces for the most part, supporting artists. I changed my name to the Persian language for Eddie on Twitter, and
I saw
kind of
that.
showing some support because there was people asking, how can we be more supportive? So I think outside the box. So I was like, well, if I wonder if my name translates in Persian, and it did. I went to Google Translate, and I was like, yeah, it means Eddie in Persian. So I was like, I'm gonna switch my Twitter name
Did
and just
you
kind of go with
verify
that.
that with anybody? Because I think it might mean like fire truck or something like that instead. Like,
Well, it may mean asshole because it's probably pretty accurate either way. But I did Google Translate it and then translate it back because I try not to like do things in the wrong language because I only know English. Because I tweeted out in Hindi one time, and my friend Prashant, he was like, "Eddie, what were you trying to say?" I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm sorry." But it was the thought that counts, and he said, "Yeah, you tried."
He
so
was like,
I
you tried.
okay. So I need you all to get very serious because this is an important issue I need to talk about. All right. So it's been troubling me for a while now, for at least the past hour now. What is the protocol for the brim of this hat? How do you wear it?
You are
Well, Nick,
honestly
usually
a person. I go
usually
ahead.
if you smoke a lot of weed, it's really low, like that.
Okay, I have never smoked any weed at all in my life.
Okay, so super, super high up. Like if you can get it to float a little bit.
But that looks
Then
ridiculous. I mean, not that there's like everything looks ridiculous on this, but I feel like this might be like, but
I
this
feel
looks
like
more like
that's like a
what's
little girl, like your 5-year-old girl. Please put that back down.
okay, I'll put that down.
There you go. That's the way the kids wear it these days.
Okay, well, I'm not a kid, so I'm old fashioned. Yes, I don't know if I'm old fashioned, but I'm fashioned.
But I'm fashioned. Okay, I'm gonna tweet that really quick. Quote you on that. How old are your kids, Nick? I actually don't know.
Um, my kids are 17 and 15.
Okay. For some reason, I thought you had more kids than the two, but
They are the only two I know of. So they are 17 and 15, and they are active young high school teens uh, who personify everything about active young high school teens. So yeah, it's an adventure.
what were you like as a teenager, though? Were you like them?
I was extremely rebellious. I did like basically everything you're not supposed to do. I did it.
Oh my gosh.
But
Except,
I didn't do the normal bad things like smoking, drinking, etc. I did more like just go to concerts and not come home until the next day, or uh, instead of going to school, go, and this is like the nerd in me, go instead to like the electronic stores and buy a bunch of electronics parts and make a stereo or something like that. Like
that's your rebellious phase?
yeah,
Building building a computer or something?
yeah. Well, but when you're supposed to like go to school, like skip school and go do this kind of stuff.
But you're no,
Is
that's
that
like
good?
really ambitious. Yeah, you're just skipping something you don't enjoy to do something you do enjoy more, and like building things. That's way better.
Yeah.
Oh my
We got
goodness.
some questions here. Nothing is everything. Oh, Nick is gone. Yeah, I'm sorry. My camera tends to just die for no reason, and I don't know why. I think I'm not sure it's the camera. It's got to be some interface or something. But I gotta go buy a new one tomorrow so that I
Yeah,
don't.
I just saw like the name of the camera came up, so I knew it died.
Yeah, that was my actually. I used to have a Sony camera, and that was the
Mm-hmm.
interface driver for it. So
Mm-hmm.
this camera is just a regular webcam, but it just dies all the time. Eddie, the screenshot I put of you is you covering your mouth like this.
That's because I was probably laughing at you.
Yeah.
Let me go
But
see.
here's the thing. See, I have no problem with people laughing at me, with me, because to me that's a source of pride actually. Because making people laugh is hard, you know. So if you
Especially
can,
with your dad jokes.
yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I was waiting. Like, let's just make it every 15 minutes now. Bring on the dad jokes. Eddie,
Absolutely.
Addie. Oh wait, I'm gonna be good at this now. Uh, Addie said that Eddie and I should tell Addie some good dad jokes today because Eddie wants to hear those.
Okay, I got lost within that, but I'm just gonna volunteer Eddie to tell me a dad joke.
Oh, I don't have dad jokes.
Do you
Do you
have bad
believe me?
jokes? Because that's like the same.
Look who's joining us.
I don't really have jokes. I just like open my mouth and whatever comes out, I'm just as surprised as everybody else.
I feel like I need to keep my shades on, so I'm gonna do that, even though I can't see shit with it.
Welcome, Mayank. It's
Oh,
good
look at
to
that.
see you.
Hey guys, good morning. Wow, Nick, are you in Miami some by chance or like where are you? Hey Eddie, first time seeing you. Nice to see you. Eddie with an E.
Wait, you've
Hello,
not seen her
hello.
before? How is that possible?
No, no.
I
So
lost my remote. Where did my remote go? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I know. I was telling Eddie, I was like, I'm so used to hearing your voice, but not
uh-huh,
seeing you talk, that this is a whole new experience.
absolutely. Good to see
I
you.
was good to see you. I was talking to Maheen, what was it? I don't know, recently this week or whatever. And she was like, "Oh, Addie, how tall are you?" And I'm only 5'2.5", you guys. I'm petite. And she was like, "What? I thought you were way taller." And she's 5'7", but it started like making me think that like, oh my gosh, it's so different when you like meet somebody in real life or you see them. It was tripping me out. And then I started like watching our Zooms, Nick, and I was like, I don't actually know what these people are like.
Yeah, the height, zoom and height are very confusing because you look at people and you have no idea how tall they are, and then you like think someone was like 5'8" or something, and they're like 6'5". It's like it distorts, it messes with your mind. That happened when I had the first Decentology kind of get together, and we saw each other for the first time outside of Zoom. I'm like, wait a minute, there's more of your body here than there should be. Like, what is going on? you know.
the the question is, did you ever go back mentally and like start to see them as how they actually look or the Zoom version?
Yeah, so then that stays for a little bit, but then you do more zooms and it reverts back. So
That's what I was thinking.
yeah.
yeah, this same thing kind of happened when we did Namaste NFT also. Like I met the entire team for the first time. And then there was Vandana. Vandana is she's one of the members. She's also like 5'2" something, and then we have Satyam who is like 6'3". So we asked them to stand together, and then we took a snapshot of the tallest and the shortest person in our team, and it was funny. It was great.
That's such a fun idea. Oh, look at that. You got a big
Hello,
microphone.
hello, hello.
Nice.
Does that make me sound different?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that does.
Like I have a face made for radio?
mm, mm. What do you
Hello.
guys think?
Yeah, that does sound make it better actually.
Really?
Okay, I'll
Yeah,
just speak like this all the time then.
but a little unreal.
All right. So what's the traffic like today? I'm reporting on the traffic now. No, I'm not. But Mayank, you're in. So we've got Taiwan, we've got Mountain View, California, we've got Salt Lake City, Utah, and Eddie. Where are you? I forget. Eddie's frozen. Eddie, are you frozen? Are you pretending to be frozen?
Yeah, he's
Where
looking
is?
like the Rock, Dane Johnson.
Where is Eddie? Oh no,
Uh,
we lost him. Darn it. So, oh,
oh,
he
he
does
did
not
not
have
have
the bandwidth.
the bandwidth.
Hmm. Well, uh, maybe you can come on without your video, Eddie.
Mhm.
It'll just be like a Twitter space. Oh yeah, that's right. I completely forgot about that. You are in Illinois. Yes. And now I feel compelled to speak into the microphone like this, just like I'm like singing. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, yeah, we should have that singing thing live now here, Nick. The way you did, Yeah,
Yeah, how come we never got that performance?
yeah. He sang.
No,
He sang two, three songs actually.
I
Live.
sang. I sang one song.
No.
One said 2 to 3.
No, no, it was just one song. But
What song?
Eddie, we haven't heard you sing, so I think it's time for you to sing.
Um,
You
you
say
sang.
you sang a cappella, didn't you, in high school? Like, were you?
How did
were-
you know that?
I just guessed that. You seem like the kind of person.
That's insane.
It's a
Wait,
compliment.
so-
You seem like you could carry a tune.
Oh, but
Glee
that's such
Club,
a nice.
Glee Club in Glee Club. Yes, yes, no, yes.
What was it?
Glee Club.
Oh, Glee Club. Well, I was homeschooled, so there was no Glee
Oh
Club.
yeah.
But I did take voice lessons. I traded voice lessons and babysitting actually with one of my dear friends that teaches voice. And I did some choir, but I'm kind of rusty right now. So
We
I
we
will.
can we can help clear out those pipes. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Let's just do a little
No,
tiny 30-second little number here. Come on.
no, I don't really sing in front of people. So I'll work on my confidence. I'll work. That's what we're all here for. It's the Tao. I'll work on my confidence.
What is this? What is this going on here?
This is tech.
Hello everyone. This is Tech Bubble.
This is good. I like it.
Keep going.
Yeah, that should go.
Can you just make up a story about what is Tech Bubble?
What you are doing is wonderful. We are being so silly. So you don't know what Tech Bubble is about?
I know that you're into tech. I mean, you just thought it was guys. Don't judge me.
I'm
Okay,
not
tell us
judging.
the story in the mic.
I don't
Like,
know
make
what
it.
Tech Bubble is about.
I just want it to sound like a dramatic story because you have the mic out. Like, we need some history here. This is good.
There is a story to it, but it's not funny or anything. It's just a boring story. Should I tell you?
We'll decide it.
If you like tell it really cool, like into the mic and stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So, in 1996, the chairman of the Fed, Alan Greenspan, talked about the dot-com bubble, and he used the term irrational exuberance that the investors were displaying. That phrase has stuck in the lexicon of investors since then. And anytime you see investors getting all frothy, whether it's anything, stock market, crypto, they call it irrational exuberance, and they call things a bubble. So one of the things about that dot-com bubble was that it was a technology bubble, a tech bubble. And here's the thing. There's always a freaking tech bubble. There's always, like, you look at crypto, it's a tech bubble. There's always something in technology that is overhyped and causes irrational exuberance. And that's a tech bubble. So I'm like, I want to be always irrationally exuberant about everything in life. And so that's tech bubble. So there, like I
Okay.
said,
That's
a
not
rather
boring.
boring story, but that's it.
It's
No,
not
that
boring.
that
It's
was
interesting
good.
one. Yes,
Yeah.
Eddie.
Yeah, no, the ending. This is tech bubble. That was good.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
also,
Thank you.
I should have known that like there was some deep, elaborate story underneath this. I don't know how I could have not, because everything you do, Nick, is like layers of information. So I'm glad I asked.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And someone, who was it? Riva gave me the idea the other day that, um, you know, people have been creating. You have not seen a stylish man, my friend, if you think I'm the most stylish man in the world. There are stylish men everywhere who've been on GQ that are like wondering, what is the matter with you for making such a statement? I'm the least stylish person in the world. And I
Sorry to
admit it.
interrupt you. I just like got so
No,
distracted.
that
Now,
like, yeah, style is not my thing. Flamboyance, that is my thing. uh, so I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about?
I'm
you were
googling
saying
flamboyance.
Reva, something about Reva.
Ah, yeah, yes. So Riva was telling me about how she adores Gary V and his V Friends community and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm like, well, how about I create a little bubble, my bubble community, you know,
Hmm.
and do that? Because let me tell you something dumb I did. Okay, please don't laugh at me. Well, you can. It's dumb. So Twitter gave me the option to enable super followers, right? So I went through and I did it. I picked the maximum amount and all that just for the heck of it. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't intend to. And then when I got through with it, after I clicked the thing, I realized that there is no undo. You cannot turn it off. You have to email them to turn off this feature. I've emailed them 5 times now saying, please, for the love of God, turn off this feature because people have been signing up. I have like, I don't know, 15 or 20 super followers. They put money. This is real money. I got money from Twitter and I have done nothing. And I feel so bad. I've done like 2 Zoom calls so far. I did because I felt really bad. And I don't know how to turn off this freaking feature. So now I'm thinking that maybe I make that feature into bubble. But I'm like, okay, if I'm going to do that, I want to reduce the price. I don't want to make it whatever it is, like $5 or $10 or whatever it is. But I can't even change that. I can't even edit the price. So I'm stuck with this super followers feature and I don't know what to do with it.
Okay.
Ooh, you guys, comment below what Nick should do with his super follow option. Isn't it crazy how social media is like heavily helping people make money? Like we live in a creator economy.
Forcefully. In next case, it's forcefully.
Yeah, I made
Well,
$124. They sent me $124. I'm like, okay, I don't know what I did with it. But well, I
And then
probably
you got
well, I didn't allocate it separately or anything. It just showed up in my bank account. So
yeah, I have that on Instagram. I get paid for the views on my reels, and it is kind of cool how like social media platforms you can
Oh,
actually
yes,
get
the
money.
reels are already getting paid in US for you.
Paid, yeah.
Oh, nice. In India. It's still not rolled out. I got few millions views on my reels, but I did not get any money.
No. What about TikTok, Mayank? Does it let you get paid
TikTok
on?
is banned in India, so I cannot use TikTok.
It's banned.
Yeah, it's banned
Crazy.
during COVID. Yeah, the China India policy. So yeah, they banned it.
India and China don't like each other.
Hmm.
They are not besties.
Yeah.
Not besties.
Yeah. So Mayank tried really hard while he was here to help me get started with Instagram, but turns out that I'm a terrible student and I didn't learn shit. And so uh,
No, while
I,
I was there, he was practicing good. He made time lapse. He was posting, and then when I came out, basically he need a teacher regularly. So
You're
so
trying to teach Nick?
I have not yet gone and read any of my comments or seen anything in weeks now. So I need to go do that. But I have stopped posting on Instagram because now I feel like if I do that and it's subpar, I'll get a note from my uncle like, "What the hell are you posting?" So I have stopped posting on Instagram now completely. I used to post a little bit.
Well, to be fair, Mayank is a lot. He's a big act to follow on
Yes.
Instagram. Your
Yes.
Instagram is incredible. So like honestly, I'll just like go on the Nifty Dreams Instagram because I'm doing something like posting a story or whatever. And for some reason, you're just always there. And so like I see your content from the Nifty Dreams account. I'm just like so cool. So it's a
Yeah.
big act to follow. It's you. You're not the only one that feels that way, Nick.
The thing that I find really both crazy and interesting and ridiculous about Mayak is that he'll set his camera down and take all kinds of crazy angles and run around and jump and all that crazy nonsense. And it's like, what is the matter with you, dude? And then I look at the Instagram and it looks good. Like in real life, it looks like a complete fool. But then on Instagram, I'm like, oh, that looks cool. So you make yourself look like a complete, idiot in real life, but on Instagram, oh man, it looks good.
I mean,
That is 100% Instagram.
that is the way actually things are working these days. Like people want to see the foolishness first, and then how that foolishness turns into a great capture or something like that. And you have seen me running by the sea for the waves, right? And
Yeah.
getting drenched and everything. Nick was saying, okay, is it done? Did you run enough? I was taking a slow mo of the wave while I was running, so
I
it
think I've
comes.
seen
It
that.
comes
And he introduced me to a new term, and I used that once in a tweet. BTS. I didn't know. I'm like, BTS, the Korean band. What? He's like, let me do some BTS. I'm like, are you gonna do some BTS moves here on the beach or what? And then he told me, no, dude, it's behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the most popular video formats that gets a lot of attention is like they'll show either they'll show making the video and then the video or the other way around. People love the behind the scenes. They love to see people being stupid. So art is curated. Sense from nonsense, buddy. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's very deep.
Yeah, that
That's
should
like
be
you
put.
say that and you do mic drop and you walk away. So, but buddy, don't leave. Stay. But that is the type of sentence. And look, a spark emoji at the end too. Just that adds a little bit of oomph at the end. I
Yeah,
like that. I really
I
like
think
that.
I might use this quote from Buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
Mayank,
use
it says you use Twitter pretty well.
But you use I do use you use Twitter pretty well, Nick, not me.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, I actually do the opposite of use it well because I'm constantly spending a long time composing a tweet because my goal for every tweet is zero, like the zero characters. And so I spend endless. I really don't care what I'm writing. I'm like trying to get to the characters to be exactly zero. That's my goal for every tweet. I spend so much time on it. It's
Nick.
ridiculous,
Nick, I kind of do that too. A
buddy.
little
All
bit.
right.
Yeah.
It's fun, right? It's so much fun to do that.
Well,
Exactly.
I'm kind of long-winded, so I'll like write up a bunch of copywriting for the tweets, right? And then I have to always like shorten them. So it just gives me joy when I get it right.
Yeah. So my thing is like, uh, I was copy editor, editor in chief, etc. So spelling, grammar matters to me. It took me months, but I'm now okay with going back through and deleting the periods in order to get to my zero. I go and delete all the periods. I sometimes even delete the Oxford comma. I'm like, this is a crime. Someone's going to report you for not using the Oxford comma. And then like reduce the number of emojis. I'm like, oh man, that looks so good with that emoji. And then I rethink how can I say it differently. But I spend too much time trying to get to the zero. It's I should be arrested for that. Really, there should be a law against spending that much time trying to get to zero on Twitter. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that, yeah, you and I have a problem for sure, but that's funny to hear all your background with the editing side of things. Does anyone else in the audience do this stuff? Like, tell us your weird quirks, like Nick, like Nick and me. Uh, Yeah, Nick, I think a lot of people know this already. I can't tell if Emma knows already, but what is your favorite Marvel character?
But see, here's the thing though. Why do people only point out Marvel? Like right there. That's not Marvel. That's DC.
DC.
So
Yeah.
I am totally I like comics in general. All superheroes, I like them all. But I think my favorite two are probably Wonder Woman and Captain America in that order. So I have a lot of Wonder Woman shirts, I must confess.
Okay, but have you collected a lot of Wonder Woman NFTs? Like artwork, fan art?
Ooh, no, I have not. But I also got like the Wonder Woman first day postage stamp. So I got that. I have all kinds of Wonder Woman stuff. I just like Wonder Woman. Uh, but yeah, so yeah, Captain
What's your
Man.
favorite superhero, Mayank?
Me, I mean, I keep changing. I'm not a one person type of guy. So whenever somebody comes in, I if if they act well and work well and the story is well, they are my favorite. But yeah, Iron Man is kind of consistent in that sense. Yes. I like
I
that.
could see you as an Iron Man person. I really could. Yeah.
You can see me as an Iron Man person. Oh,
Yeah, like you like Iron Man.
okay. Okay. I'll take that as a compliment then.
Yeah, it's good. It's just like people that like Iron Man, they always have a lot of personality and
Yeah.
like confidence and stuff. I don't know, that's like the Iron Man person to me.
I like it. I like sense of humor. I like money. I like technology being brilliant and then showing off as well. I like all of it.
There's Iron
Exactly.
Man right there. But you can't see. Is Iron Man cropped in the video? I think so. No, it's not. It's there
He's in the corner.
in the corner.
I
Yeah.
can see Spider Man and Iron Man is behind Tech Bubble. I think.
Yeah, so I'm working on a new set because this is like almost more than a year old at this point. So right now I'm curating a Studio Ghibli collection, about 100 of those lush images because I like those. So next time, hopefully, you'll see those. What I really want to do, this is my dream, but I have not been successful in implementing it yet, is put my art NFTs and the artist picture there in a little picture in picture kind of, because I spend on an average day I'll spend 12 to 15 hours mostly on Zoom and stuff like that, right? So can you imagine how cool it'll be for these artists to be noticed on, like, and this is like lots of different audiences, like all kinds, so I want to promote the artists back there. That would be kind of cool. So
If if you want, I can help with that. I mean, I can get a team and curate it as a art for you. That's
oh,
possible.
that would be great if I could have all my pictures already optimized for whatever that resolution is. It's an 85. I can tell you what the resolution is,
Yeah.
but what I want is like for the art, like nicely, so it doesn't cropped. I want it to be this aspect ratio, and I want in a circle the artist picture probably up
Yeah.
there, so it's visible. Yeah, somewhere there, so it's visible, and I just want to have a huge folder of that, and it just goes through infinitely.
Yeah.
So that would be so cool. But anyone who wants to do that for me is welcome to do that. Just do it in the Google Drive and share the drive with me, and I will. I don't know how I'll thank you. I'll thank you somehow. I'll put your picture on there for longer duration or something like that. Uh,
Yes.
yeah.
I like
Eddie.
seeing the fan art that people make for you, Nick. It's awesome.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, so let me tell you an issue with that, right? So for the longest time, I did not acknowledge any of that, and I still don't. And I have a hard time with that because I don't want people to spend their valuable time making my illustration. I would rather they, do something for someone important. So this is why I didn't want to like acknowledge it, because if I acknowledge it, then I know that I'll get more people doing it, and that would be like multiplying the waste of time, you know. So I just thank people in private, I guess. So
Yeah, that's so understandable. But there's some cool ones out there. You also have Emma saying that you would be a good replacement for Iron Man.
I'll
Apparently, you
be a
have the personality.
terrible, terrible replacement. I do have that personality, yes.
He
So,
might
oh
be
wait,
Personality.
is she
soft.
saying that I would be an asshole? Yes. Okay, that's what she means. I get it. Okay, because Tony Stark is not exactly. Yeah.
A software engineer Iron Man, basically, not hardware maybe, but
Yeah.
yeah, that could be a thing.
Nick, I'm gonna bother you for a moment because people are commenting like their pet peeve spelling mistakes. So, oh my God, look what Eddie said. One of his favorite trending hashtags is misspelled NFT community with look at that.
With three M's and the TIY, the all swapped. Yes. Who did that?
Yeah, who did that? Also, look at this one. Pass. Go grab your nifty juice pass. Oh, that's awful.
Platform as a service, but that was not like those. That's not intentional. Uh,
Pass. It's looked like pan, pan pasan, pan pass, something like that.
Yeah.
Pan is like beetle leaf. You have you been to India and Eddie?
No, I wish. I've been
Um,
wanting to go for a long time.
and
oh
Nick,
my God! I'm so sorry to interrupt you. Breaking news. I saw hashtag Kalyani M4. India Army has just released the Kalyani M4, a 4x4 armored protecting fighting vehicle that can provide blast protection against 50 kilograms of TNT explosives. This is
wow,
wonderful.
you are
Woo!
formally you are
What?
formally you are formally a blasting vehicle, Nick.
Well, so Kalyani is a huge industrial conglomerate in India. It's also a university and it's also a famous actress and other things. The conglomerate periodically every few years has contacted me and asked me for my domain because I have Kalyani.com, net, every kind of permutation you can think of the Kalyani top level domains. I own them all because I got them way back. When I got my Kalyani.com domain, you would call a guy and he would edit a file and it was done. That's when I got it, like way back when. So anyway, so I have at different times they have asked like, do you want it? Do you want to sell it? And I've always quoted them like, yeah, I'll sell it for like $500,000 was my last thing. And they're like, yeah, that's too much. And so they left. I'm like, okay, I don't really care, you know. But now there's a
That's a
vehicle.
genius thing to do. Yeah. That's what people think is going to happen with ENS domains. What do you think?
I had that
That
happen. Like,
right there fine. Yeah.
Yeah, he has thousands of ENS domain as well.
Oh,
so
And he's a bomb. Yeah.
yeah, one thing people don't know about me is that I buy and sell domains for fun. So I have approximately 3,000 domains at this point. Uh, and I only need to sell one every year or something, and to make up for the cost of registering all of them.
I
So
genuinely don't understand how you have time to do all of this.
there's 30
Like,
hours in a day. There's 30 hours. That's a long time. What are you going to do for 30 hours?
These all things, actually, I believe these all things comes out of passion. He's so into technology, from very long time. So
yeah,
when .com was a bubble, he went full-fledged into .com, got those domains, and now is sitting on some good domains with the money. And then the ENS, when people were not even aware of what ENS, he got 3,000 of
yes,
ENS now. And then now people will come back, like those airlines and some of these the celebrities and all. They're like, okay, give me my name, and they'll be willing to pay the money, even though it was not intentional,
yep,
right? It will
yep.
be come
The
easy.
silliest but most lucrative domain I sold caused a little bit of friction at home. Uh, I sold one called TXTM8. Okay, TextMate. So this is
Okay.
when SMS. This was before smartphones, when SMS was cool, right? So I sold that to an Australian porn service, TextMate. So my wife was adamantly against selling it, But I told her it's $8,000. She's like, all right, fine, just get rid of it. you know. So
I knew it was going to be something along those lines. I mean, you
yeah,
can't have that name and not.
yeah. But it's yeah, it's a very short and nice name. And then I think the other one that I regret selling was HyperCloud. I wanted to keep that one, but I sold it. It was good.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I
I
think
like
the most profitable one I sold was the one I had for my failed startup. It was iWidgets. So I was sad to let that one go, but I think it was like 50K or something if I remember correctly. So it was a good deal.
Wow.
Yeah. Hmm.
For 12
Yeah.
bucks a year, 50,
My
50K is-
boyfriend has bought Instagram handles. And actually, like, I know people that you can buy and sell Instagram handles, but that is like a whole process. Like, you have to have someone that really knows what they're doing and like access the email and like all this stuff because if you
I do
don't,
that.
then you
I do that kind of stuff.
do
Like,
that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Here's an interesting question, Mayank, for you.
Okay. Uh, is there a criteria for you to buy people's art or just do naturally? Because I've tried to get you to see my art, but to no avail. You, to be honest, you cannot get your art seen exactly like this. this is the not the criteria, baby. Follow to follow, and then there are other criteria to follow. So I know Nick, you have been sarcastic here, but but yeah, I can answer this question on Nick's behalf if he wants to. There's no criteria. He doesn't have any kind of criteria right now. Might be a little uh, biased towards the dreamers, but still there's no criteria. I've seen him buying art left and right from anywhere whenever he get clicked with the artist's personality and his whole energy should be right. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So there is a method to my madness. There is a method to my madness coming soon to a theater near you. Uh,
That was dad joke level, so I'm not
Wow,
sure.
you were just waiting to just bring your dad joke thing in. I am a
No,
dad and I make jokes, so I'm proud of the fact that I'm making dad jokes. So poo to you. Doesn't it's the
no
Kalyani
defense
M4.
right
It's the
now.
Kalyani M4. It deflects all explosives. All right. So, what is my criteria for buying art? Right. So, this is a really good question, and I get asked it repeatedly, and I have the same consistent answer. For me, I am not, and I said this in a tweet the other day. I don't consider myself a collector. People think of me as a collector, but I'm not. What I want to do is just make sure that people stay motivated and encourage them, and I call myself like a catalyst, and that's how I look at it. So, how do I find your art? One, do not DM me with a link or to tell me to give me your opinion about your collection. That is the number one way for me to note that I should never look at your collection. All right. Two, do not rain on people's parade. I see that happening all the time. Someone is celebrating, and what do? And you go in there and say, oh, I wish I could be doing that. Keep that to yourself. Those are the kinds of comments that you want to keep to yourself. You do not want to go and tweet and say that, because think about the other person for a second. They are celebrating, and you go in there and just rain on their parade a little bit. So don't do that, because people take note of that. People take note of the fact that you are trying to inject yourself into a conversation where you don't belong. Like, if you're going to say anything, just cheer them on and say, great work, blah, 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 whatever. Or say nothing. Saying nothing is perfectly acceptable on social media, but a lot of people don't remember that lesson. Saying nothing is a good choice most of the time. So, all you need to do is be part of the community, be an important member of the community. If you notice, the people I'm collecting from generally, they are part of the community. They are commenting, they're elevating other people, they are helping, etc. And if you're doing that and I still haven't noticed you, it's because I'm a human being. I just tweeted yesterday that I have a finite amount of money, a finite amount of time, 30 hours a day, uh, and finite amount of time to scroll through Twitter. People think that because they have DM'd me or they have replied something, that I see it. We all know that that's not how the Twitter algorithm works. Like, literally, I see maybe 10% of the messages, etc., in replies, etc. So how do I see them? Well, it's based on the Twitter algorithm. If you have previously established yourself as a good Twitter commenter, then Twitter is going to elevate your comments. If you habitually just comment with, say, an emoji or just a word or something, a link or something like that, your I'm sorry to tell you this, but your comments are considered low quality, and therefore they go to the bottom. Uh, the default setting for Twitter is to order the replies not chronologically, not by date order, but by relevance, by importance, right? So most people don't change that setting. So guess what? Your replies don't even get seen. So get into the habit of only replying when you can reply to a meaningful reply. Include the emojis, but don't just do a bunch of like emoji responses all the time, because then the Twitter algorithm is learning that your responses are low quality and is going to just penalize you for it. Also, remember this whole thing about I'll like your comment if you like mine, or I'll follow you if you follow me. Do you really believe that the developers of Twitter are complete idiots or had a lobotomy and had their brain, completely removed? Because think about it. What sane developer would not build into the algorithm if person A is always liking person B and person B is always liking person A? Then those cancel each other out and end up being nothing. In fact, they hurt you. So don't do that. So in order for me to notice you, just be part of the community, say interesting things, be part of the conversation, give ideas, share ideas, make meaningful remarks. That's really it. That's how I'm finding people. You know, uh, don't. I'll tell you what you should also not do. Don't go into the middle of a conversation, stick your link in there, your OpenSea link in there, because see, previously I was brutal and I would just block people. And Mayank and I had a conversation and he told me that's not nice or whatever. So guess what I do now?
Yeah,
When
that's not good.
it's not okay, I realize that, but I feel very strongly about there's a conversation going on. Why do you have to put your OpenSea link in the middle of that conversation? So what do? I do the next best thing, which is mute people, which is actually a like it works, right? I don't ever see any of their tweets again. But I know it's brutal, it's not good, but they are not being a good citizen. And so then I people go like, how come you're never seeing me? Or I'm like, well, you weren't a good citizen. I'm human. I have a finite capacity to absorb information, and I try and focus on the people that are good citizens, that are good members of the community. And not to say that the people who are doing those things are bad, it's just that they are bad etiquette. you know so
We
you
should
know
do a Twitter etiquette and
yeah,
just stuff like that.
it's kind of
Try
like
and
you think about your Twitter as like kind of like your home, right? Are you going to invite people into your home who you know are going to come and trash it, for example? No. Like the first
no.
time they do that, after that you're like, you're not welcome here anymore because you trashed my home the last time and I had to spend hours cleaning it up. So that's kind of what it is.
I
um
know, and I actually agree with that too. I think that people on social media get away with whatever they want, and then again, people come from different places. They have different people skills. They have different walks of life. So like, no judgment at all, you guys. Like, no judgment. We welcome you and everything. But also in the spirit of a DAO, we do value people that contribute. So that is, yeah. What do you want to say on that?
so I say things sometimes that are harsh. I get it. All right. That's because I come from a developer ecosystem where we are brutally honest with each other. And here I have realized that I have to like sugarcoat things a little bit, and I'm not good at that yet. I'm getting good at that. So and Eddie, this is completely untrue. If you own a Prius, there's no way there's no way your art is going to be bought. So actually, let's actually talk about the topic of buying art, right? So the thing is, I really want people, artists, to think about, do they want their existence to be centered around, I want to get my art sold? Because quite honestly, what you're spending a lot of time on is the next dopamine hit, right? You sell it, but let's move forward, fast forward a month from that or 2 months from that. What are you doing? You're doing the same thing again and again. It's a cycle. You got to break out of it, and you really need to think hard about if you want to be in this ecosystem, because the sad fact is that there are too many artists selling too many artworks, and there's just not enough people buying. So you need to calculate the odds of actually selling your artwork. You'll find that they are terrible. So, like, if I was an artist today, I would waste zero time listing an NFT and trying to get it to sell. Even if I was the best artist in the world, I would not waste any time on it, because I know the numbers are not in my favor. Like, this is like going to Vegas, to a casino, and hoping that you'll win and come out, right? No. The odds are firmly stacked in your favor. There is no way that a majority of people will come out of a Vegas casino with anything, any money. They'll have lost it all. It's the same thing with the marketplace for NFT art right now. Most artists that are in there right now are just hoping to play the lottery. The odds are firmly stacked against you, and I feel like, what a colossal waste of talent. You could be taking your creative talent, right, and instead of spending it on spaces trying to sell your artwork to collectors who are not even there to buy, you could be doing something else, like figure out what else you could do useful with your time, because marketplace not gonna make money.
I understand your point, Nick, and to be honest, I just want to interject here because I'm an artist, and I also believe in your dream. The one, and we are the part of the team. So I'm standing at the both the position, like you said. No, you if you were an artist, what you would have done. So I kind of in that position right now. I'm an artist. I want to sell my NFTs as well because, uh, believe it or not, that's the kind of trend. And you may not like iPhone, but you want to have an iPhone because everybody like iPhone
Yeah.
visibly. So once the sale of NFT is not just for money, it's also of the reputation. The more people are selling, the more people are getting reputed. They are more valued. They are being asked for the conferences and speakers, and the sale actually linked is a lot of
Okay,
things.
stop on that point for 1 second. Let me just drill into that. What percentage of artists do you think have that happen to them, that they get invited to conferences,
A
etc.,
very less,
because,
a very less, yes, a very
like,
maybe
put a number
2%,
to it?
2%. Yeah,
2%. All right.
yeah.
So what, the
I know.
98% of other people, they're
You
just wasting their time on a pursuit that is gonna not result in success, you know?
I know, Nick, but then see, once again, the thought comes to this span that there are 2% people who are becoming Hollywood or Bollywood actor, but there are lakhs of people who are lining up to become one because they are feeling that one
It's
day
opportunity. Yeah.
it's an opportunity. And this is kind of a same thing. It's just that now the people have gone from mainstream to digital stream and web stream and now web3 stream, because everywhere wherever people seeks opportunity they are doing it. YouTube videos, there are people are running for 2 years 3 years, they are not getting any following. Suddenly they, if one of their video pops up, they have the following and they might get. So even though there are
Hope.
only
Hope.
10% YouTubers, yeah.
It is hope.
Yeah, so this
And
is
it's
what
also kind of an algorithm, you guys. I mean, because over time, I think this is how, I mean, I know this is how like YouTube algorithm works, for example, but I also feel like it's kind of like somewhat a thing in life for YouTube. Like if you keep posting every week, after like 8 months or a year, you will beat out the competition of the people who are inconsistently posting. So
yes.
it's also I don't know if you guys have read the book The Slight Edge, but it talks about your compound daily habits over time. And I think like most people are not consistent. So like over time they'll make progress, but not as much progress as others. And I think like the universe ultimately rewards people that are brave and putting themselves out there. And yeah, so I don't know. I think that there's layers.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so Warren Buffett said what you said. Like he said, 80% of success is just showing up because most people
Yeah.
don't show up, right?
Yeah.
So let me tell you this though. Like if you're an artist right now, and let's say for 6 months you've been struggling and you've got a decent collection out there, and it hasn't sold at all, right? Wouldn't you want to do something different? Because doing the exact same thing and not getting results is not exactly a smart thing, right? Like in business, this is business. Okay, let's just be clear about that. All right, this is not a hobby or anything like that we are talking about. People are in this to make money. That's a business. It's commercial, right? So if you're doing something commercial, if you are a startup and you are trying to just go at it and do the same thing and it didn't work, like the CEO would be fired because it's like, you dumbass, like get out of here, because you need to experiment with different things. So I don't see too many people doing that. I can tell you the number one thing that you could do is collaborate with other people in the same situation. Put your heads together and do some project or something like that interesting, because if nothing else, you've learned to collaborate.
Yeah.
You've learned to work together with people on a project and do something meaningful. I wish more artists would do that right now instead of just, waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for that sale. And more importantly, getting really disappointed and even depressed, right? There's so many people in the same thing. I see that all the time. There's groups where people are like, here's my thing, I haven't sold it. Here's my thing, I haven't sold it. Here's my thing, I haven't sold it. I'm like, there's three people. Get together, guys, and do something interesting. Innovate.
I know. So to this, sorry, I mean, I'm talking from artist perspective, Nick. So I'm just giving the some of the thought. You know, to be in a depressing stage is far easier than to be in a collaborative stage where you do not know people and want to talk to them. This is exactly how people think, because they are shy, they are introvert, they might not be willing to go out and talk to someone and feel the rejection. This is very common. I've seen in people that they do not they are focused in their art, they can put out all the energy in creating their art, but then when it comes to selling, now it may be collaboration, it may be marketing their work, it may be any kind of thing, they feel shy, they do not have that energy, and rather feel depressing is better than you know
Sure,
going out.
man. But then why not understand that, accept it,
Yeah,
and forget about showing up in spaces, forget about tweeting that I have not had a sale, etc. This is a fact. Just keep creating art, getting better at your craft, and forget,
exactly.
like before NFTs existed, artists were somehow surviving. Not all of them were completely broke all the time. They were doing something, and I'm not saying everyone needs to do that. We are trying to solve that problem. We are genuinely trying to solve that problem. It's not going to be an overnight thing. But instead of just trying, like, it's literally banging your head against a brick wall. Instead of doing that, go do whatever you're doing and just enjoy life, enjoy your art, because
Exactly.
like
I
the
totally
graph,
agree.
yeah, the graph I
And I
post
used to pop
periodically.
off.
You gotta hop off.
Sorry to interrupt. But yeah, this is a super good conversation. You guys should keep it going. We have some comments and questions, and yeah, I'll watch the end of it a little bit later. But I have to pop off. Bye, guys. See you next
Bye,
week.
Eddie. Always nice to see you. Bye bye.
Yeah,
I
so
like that.
here's a good question, Nick. Is there any hope of you buying art from me? Because when I was new in space, I DM you, and now I realize that you don't buy from people who shill you in the DM. Yeah, so I'm allergic to shill. I have blocked that word. I don't see anything related to that. Like, just look at it from my perspective, right? 200 or 300 DMs a day, all of them saying, hey, I want to get your opinion about my art. I'm imagining that 1 to 2% of those actually want my opinion about the art. The others are actually saying, look at my art for the purpose of buying. Like,
Yeah.
right? Like, let's just be honest, right? How can I keep up with that torrent? It's such a torrent of information. And everyone thinks I'm ignoring them. In fact, people have DM me saying, why do you hate me? I'm like, I don't even know you. Like, they think you have to appreciate the other. Like, one of the important things is empathy, right? Empathy. I empathize with people and I try and help as much as possible, but I don't get the same thing back. People don't empathize with, like, people don't think about what is, like, if I'm just asking for 2 minutes of his time, but 200 people are asking for 2 minutes of his time, that's 400 minutes. Not going to happen, right? Yeah. Mayank, you went away because
No, no, no. I'm here. Sorry, my mom was just saying something. Yeah, that's so true, actually, Nick. And uh, with this digital world, people are being very impatient. They're like, if it would have been a real world meet, they would have come towards you. They asked you a few things, and we have seen that in Namaste NFT also, right? People were coming up, they were talking about their art, and they know instantly that this person is interested or not. But because of that digital thing, this virtual thing, now people have no idea how people have reacted the other person.
I would love to help everybody, but it is humanly impossible for me to do it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, that it's just not there. So people need to be a little realistic about this market and about this marketplace, and also about how to approach people, like in general in life, right? You don't open your dialogue with someone by immediately offering to sell something to them, right? Like, how, like, would you go up to anyone in real life and say, here, buy this, right? Like, why? Like, there are three important letters that people need to remember all the time. They are RTB. If you expect anyone to buy from you, you have to give them a reason to believe.
right.
If you cannot uh, give them a reason to believe, they are not going to transact with you. So ideally, I will go through all my DMs and click on everybody's link and buy it. But think about, like, I'm not Elon Musk. I don't have billions of dollars. I don't have much money. I'm just like an ordinary guy. Okay. So there's also that question, right? People just assume infinite wealth. Like, well, no, I don't have infinite wealth. I have to put my kids through college. I have to pay my mortgage. I have the same challenges everyone else does.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
but yeah, it's I mean, you have to sometimes answer these questions, but you have done enough. I know that. So yeah, that's important.
Yeah,
And
I'll keep doing it. I don't want people to give up hope. I just feel like it is brutal out there, and when people are going down a path that has no chance of success for a long time, it just sets them up to feel sadder and sadder and sadder. And I'm like, I can see this happening. If you step back a little bit, you could see it too, you know.
right.
And I think Eddie just commented earlier about buying, uh, someone else's art. I appreciate what artists are trying to do there to lift each other's spirits, etc. But it's an echo chamber, right? It's not helping anyone when some artist gets a sale and they're like, oh yeah, I'm going to immediately go and buy from some other artist, etc. But how are you moving the needle forward for the ecosystem? You're giving someone else the temporary dopamine hit, but are you moving the needle for the ecosystem? No, because this hasn't brought any new people to be interested in NFT art, you know.
So uh, this whole circle, this whole ecosystem is basically it's to let people survive. The dopamine is required unless we have this alternative, the one which actually we are creating, maybe of getting this constant income. Until then, it the oxygen cylinder needs to be passed by, that yeah, I took one, now you take one, then you take one, so that the system survives, and then we get out of
Fair
the
enough.
water and see a new world. So
I'll,
this is
I'll
how.
buy that. I'll buy that, but I don't think anyone should kid themselves that it's helping anything. Like, you're just passing the same bucks around within the
Yeah,
ecosystem, and it
that's
requires us to think more strategically about how we are going to solve this problem. And to solve this problem, we need three miracles to happen, and it's really three miracles. The first miracle is we need mainstream adoption of crypto to grow. That has
yeah.
lagged behind significantly, and the reason for that is because the UX sucks completely. So mainstream adoption of crypto is way, way lower than it should be at this point in time. That's the first miracle that needs to occur, right? The second miracle that needs to occur is that when people from the mainstream do enter this, that they get exposed to NFTs and understand their value proposition, right? In general, NFTs, right? So that's the second miracle that has to occur. That's not easy, right?
No.
What are people coming into the ecosystem for? Well, they're coming in for DeFi, they're coming in for GameFi, and some of them see some friend of theirs who flipped a PFP project, and they're like, oh, I want the same thing, etc. Right? So that brings us to the third miracle that needs to occur. The third miracle that needs to occur is for hundreds of years, the number of people who have been art collectors has been very, very small. All of a sudden, by some miracle, we expect the general population to start appreciating art and buying collectible art NFTs. That's the third miracle that has to occur. You see what the problem is here? Three
Yeah.
miracles. That's what's needed for freaking sainthood. All right. That's what we are asking for, is three miracles to occur for the NFT art system to prosper and thrive. The one-of-one art marketplace system has no future.
True, true. To on the third miracle, I think the social media might have got some some of the positivity, like with Instagram people and TikTok, videos liking and sharing thing. But then when it comes to real money, I don't think so people gonna spend money to get those thing, and getting those art, my picture as an NFT on Instagram. Like, people just don't click the like button, they kind of click the buy button and maybe buy it for $2 or $3. I don't see even that happening anytime sooner. I mean,
Yeah. So Mayank, we have now more people on the Twitter space than on the YouTube stream. So I'm saying let's just move to the Twitter space so people can step up and talk also.
I'm
So,
okay with that.
so guys who are here on the YouTube stream, please just go to my Twitter and join the space, and we'll continue the conversation there, because I've seen some people requested there, so maybe we can get them on. So I'm killing the YouTube live stream here and switching over to Twitter now.
Just 1 minute. I'll update about the photography competition in Twitter itself. So I'm not. I'll do that. Okay. Thank you, Nick.
Okay.
I'll see you there.
See you guys on Twitter. Bye bye.